So you want to have a pet. Well, that's fantastic. But did you also know that pets cost a lot of money? So our little snuggly friends, we need to budget for them as well when we make our monthly budget when we get older. So for this project, owning a pet is optional. You do not need to own a pet, but if you know yourself and you know you will want to own a pet when you are older, then you may want to do this page just so that you can learn about what the costs are associated with owning a pet. Owning a pet can be one of the most rewarding things that you do, and it's such a good friend to have, but you do need to make sure that you can afford to give a pet a good life and give them the things that they need every month. And so you want to make sure that you can afford it. So the first thing is that you're going to choose your pet. You can choose to have a small pet like a hamster or fish. You can have a cat, you can have a dog, but you can use this link here to find a pet. You can search nationwide. I don't care if you search local, but don't forget to click control and the link. In order to open that link up, you need to press control and click. What type of pet are you going to get? Is it a dog? Is it a cat? The breed. So for instance, I have a pug, the most wonderful dog on the planet. And so the breed would be pug. Are you getting a puppy or are you going to get an older dog? So the age of the dog on Pet Finder, you can put here. And if you're able to put a picture of that pet and you can copy and paste it from the interwebs, feel free to do that. But if you're having technological difficulties cutting and pasting, it is not required. So what would you name your pet? That's a really big decision. My pet's name is Rosa Parks, and she is a pug, and she is so adorable. And so her color would be fawn. She's a pug, but what color is the pet that you choose? What's the price of the pet you choose? And you can put another picture here if you so desire. Now, pet setup costs. It costs a lot of money at the onset of getting a pet. So buying a crate, if you're going to need a crate for your pet, if you're going to need a food bowl for your pet, if you're going to need a bed for your pet, does your pet need some sort of a cage? If you get a bird or a hamster or something, does it need an aquarium? Does it need a heat light if it's a lizard? Things like that. So what do you need to actually have your pet? Choose 4 of those things. Find the costs and the pictures on PetSmart.com by pressing control and click to open up the link. Now down below is the average monthly costs for the pet. I've got several columns here. So food, if you are getting a dog, it costs between $40 and $60 a month for you to feed your dog. If you're buying a reasonably priced dry kibble, you can go down to the least amount. But if you're going to buy your dog a canned food or quality food that costs more money, that comes with a price as well. So you have to make some decisions when you do this. So if you're going to have a dog, this is where you find the cost. You're going to move it right over here. If you're doing a cat, the same thing goes. Dry food costs less. Wet food costs more. Just move that price over here. And if you have a small pet, usually you can feed them and it's not going to cost as much because they're so tiny, they don't eat as much. You can move $10 over for the food. Veterinarian, you should be putting aside $20 a month into savings for a dog, $11 a month for a cat, and $2 a month for the pet. You can move it right here. Heartworm, flea and ticks, a dog. This is actually pretty low. I find this is about the cheapest you could do it for with like a tick collar or something like that. I find that it probably costs about $40 a month for me to get Rosa heartworm and flea and tick prevention. So this is pretty low. You can put $17 for this project, but please know that it oftentimes will cost more depending on the brands that you get and the kinds of medicine that you get every month for the heartworm and ticks. And please keep in mind, it's important to protect your pet from disease. And so those they can get diseases from all of these things. If you have an outdoor cat, you're going to need to put away $15 a month for heartworm and flea and tick prevention, which is also low for this project, but you can use that. If you're going to have an indoor cat, you don't need to do that because they're not going to be exposed to things outdoors that would make them sick. Pet insurance, you should put away $19 a month for a dog, $15 a month for a cat, and you don't need to do pet insurance for a smaller pet. The cost would be less. You could always put something if you wanted to there. Grooming. If your dog needs to have their hair cut often and go for grooming and nail trims, you're going to put $30 a month here, or per time. So if your dog needs to go twice a month, you would put $60 a month. If it's only one time a month, you would put $30 a month. If you're going to do all the grooming yourself, then you can put none. Cat, same thing goes for grooming and things like that. It's $30 per time. Most cats don't need to go. You brush them at home and clip their nails at home. So you could put none over here if that's the kind of cat lifestyle you're going to lead. Some people like to, crazy, I know, but take their dogs to doggy daycare or do boarding when they go away on vacation or during their working day. So if you are going to do that, it's about $25 a day for a dog. Most cats don't have to go to doggy daycare or cat daycare, so you don't have to put anything here. Toys and treats. Once you have toys and treats for your dog, then you don't really have to spend more on it, but we all know that if you're an animal person, chances are that every month or every couple of months you go to the store and you're like, oh, but wouldn't Sassy love this new cat toy or this new cat laser? So at least put some money over here for cat toys, dog toys, things like that. Litter and bedding. Well, once you buy your bed for your dog, they don't really need bedding and they don't need litter unless you're going to do pee pad training. And then you would need to account here for pee pads every month. And cat litter, this is probably on the low side, but probably $17 a month for cat litter because you need to replace that. As you know, if you have a cat, you need to replace it so your house does not stink like cat. So move that over here. Once you get all of these here, you're going to add them all up and come up with a monthly total cost. And you will move that to your final page of your budget project where it says owning a pet. So that is the pet project in a nutshell. And if you want to own a pet, I hope you have a good time actually finding a cute little adorable pet, imaginary pet for this project. Okay, thanks so much.